Hey girl, hey.
Hey.
You ready for some girl talk, Jer?
I'm ready. I am ready for girl
I
talk.
don't
It's
I
my
don't
favorite
know.
part.
I need for you to kind of help me out. I need you to dig deep back in the crates, dig in the crates to
All
back when
right.
you were in a relationship.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. So I'm watching a Today Show and there was a one of their reporters, was it Jill? I can't remember. She of course they were Skyping in, and she was just talking about what it was like to be in quarantine with her fiance.
Mhm.
And she loves her fiance, of course, and I think her fiance has children, but her children are out of state.
Mhm.
His children, excuse me, are out of state. And she was just like, I love him. And
But
I would rather be in this situation with him. And we've had our challenges, she said. And the way she said it, it was like, and we've had our challenges, she said. It was
mhm.
like that. And he's just sitting there looking at her like, really? This is, and I'm like, I
Like,
wonder if they've gone through, those, those, I'm going to choke your ass type moments. I remember people sending memes, posting memes on social media. And the meme is like, blink one more time, I swear to God.
yeah. Well, I had heard on the radio that the domestic violence rate had went up
Yeah, I heard that too.
since um people's in quarantine. These
Yeah.
spouses are getting tired of each other because you
Yeah.
figure, you live with each other, you see with each other, you sleep with each other, eat, okay, but most of the day you're not with each other. Why? Because you're working. And then when you come home, you see each other a few hours a day. It's not that bad. But now you're literally with this person 24 hours a day. You're like, wow, I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they like this. And why did, what I mean? Them leaving them dishes in the sink like that. And what I mean? It's just little stuff that you really start to notice. He didn't wipe the table off. Like little things that are just, I don't know.
But there are people who are like, I'm not going to say you because I've never heard you say that. But there
Uh-huh.
are people who are single and have said, I would kill for that. I would love that in a heartbeat. And it's like, you need to understand being in a relationship, although I love my honey. I love my honey. I love every bit about him. Even that thing that drives me nuts, because I know I drive him nuts. But
Yeah.
I could not imagine life without him.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, it's not always a basket of biscuits. You know what I'm
And ain't
saying?
always peaches and cream.
It's not always peaches and cream, and you do need that reset. So
You
some
do.
people, and I kind of see the alarming numbers, as far as domestic violence and stuff like that is concerned. But are these couples who don't know how to communicate? Are these couples who have had problems before the quarantine? Are these
Mm-hmm.
couples who have had problems before all this was going on, and
Mm-hmm.
now it's just coming out? Like, I know married couples that are like, I wish you would stop breathing. And it's like, damn.
That happens when you're married, I heard. You just really
I wish
get
you would
over
stop
each other.
breathing. I
Like,
wish you would stop
I just
breathing.
wish.
Like, I
I feel like
just
they hate
wish.
each other more
And I
than they love
always
each
say
other.
that, like, to live just like the War of the Roses, which is a movie, Jerry. You have to watch it. But it's like, you don't want that. You don't want that. You really, really
No.
don't want that. You don't want
Yeah.
someone to say, I wish you would stop breathing. Or you don't want to be the person that says, I wish you would stop breathing. With so much going on right now, that's, sorry, Bo's making some
It's
noise.
okay.
Uh, with so much going on right now, the last thing you want to do is wish somebody dies, because
Because
it could
it could happen.
happen.
It could happen right now. This time, it could happen. Nobody's
And
safe.
they could go and leave you with nothing. They could
Nothing.
have nothing. And not just to wrap around that part, but that's
Mm-hmm.
not something that anybody is prepared for. You know what I mean? Because they're
Mm-hmm.
not coming
Mm-hmm.
back.
No, they're
They're
not.
not
They're
coming
not.
back. So
Mm-mm.
yeah, it
I,
was pretty crazy. Have you experienced anything like that or heard that before?
um, I know in the past, in my past relationships, I can see where they come from because me personally, I don't mind alone time, and that's what I've been telling people the
Mm-hmm.
most since this whole quarantine happened. This was like a blessing in disguise. I'm just like,
Mm-hmm.
I love this. Like, despite
Mm-hmm.
miss going out and doing little things, but I had my alone time. But when I was in a relationship in the past, and the guy, um, this is before he stopped working. He was working and things like that, but then he would like be all up under me, and that's cute. That's cool. I like that, but I like my own space sometimes. So there
Yeah.
were times where I couldn't wait until he went out with his friends. You know what I mean? Like, I know that sounds
Yes.
weird, but
No,
there
it
was
does
a time I'm
not.
like,
No, it does
go out
not.
with your friends, go get a drink somewhere, go down the street or something
You're
like
here.
that. You know what I mean? Like, because you're here all day and all night, you
Yes.
know. Now if you're
Yeah.
doing that all the time, then that's a problem, but everyone,
Mm-hmm.
we all need that, like you said, that reset.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need that girl time, you know, us
Right.
or girls, or you know,
Right.
that time by yourself, you know. So, and I'm the type that gets annoyed very easily, so
Mm-hmm.
little things will annoy me. Like, there was a long time ago, one of my relationships, the guy wasn't working, and everyone knows me. I've worked multiple jobs most of my life. So back
Mm-hmm.
then I was working two jobs. So I would come home from work, and you know, you would think like the bed would be made up, or like the
Dinner will
other
be
room would
cooked,
be
dishes
clean,
washed.
you know, laundry started, something. I would come home and I have two rooms. Like, my other room would be a mess because he would be in there playing his stupid video game, and I'm just like, you couldn't make up the bed at least, you know what I mean? Or like, you couldn't straighten up in there, and there, I have a
Mm-hmm.
loads of laundry piled up in the corner. You couldn't at least took them down in the basement and started the load, and I could have finished it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, there has to be balance. There was no balance. So I can see how you may want to slit each other's throats. I see it because it's just, you know, little things like that can annoy you. And, you know, like you said, you just need that time to yourself. And
you, you know what's
there's nothing
hard?
wrong with like that.
What's hard is when you don't, when so many of your friends are single,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
can't, it's hard to talk to someone who is single about your relationship
That
because
is so
either
true.
they're going to give you information about their experience was, which was unsuccessful because they're single, um,
Hmm.
or they're gonna, you know, they're gonna come off a straight opinion like, well, or selfish. Well, you need to drop him. You need to, you know, why don't we just go out? You need to, you know, come on, girl. You need to, you know,
Hmm. Hmm.
it doesn't help. I mean, it's good
It doesn't.
to it's always good to just have that release. It's always good
Yeah.
to be able to talk to somebody about whatever it is because you're just alone with your own thoughts. And if you don't have anybody to share that with, it's just you. You're just looping it. It's just on loop over and over and over and over and
Exactly.
over again.
Exactly. That's why they say, whenever you're going through an issue with your boyfriend or your girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't really talk to your friends about it. You need to
Mm-hmm.
get advice from someone, what's the
Who's not
word?
associated.
Yeah, who's not
Mm-hmm.
associated with you, or you know, who's not going to take your side or something like that in that area.
Right.
You need to, it's good to talk to a stranger about it because they don't know anything about you.
And
You
they
know,
could
they
tell
just
you the
know this,
truth.
they could tell you the truth, you know, which
Mm-hmm.
is a good reason for therapy. And I started doing therapy actually a few weeks ago. And it's so
Therapy's awesome.
easy. It is amazing. And
It's
it's so
amazing.
easy, yeah, to talk to your friends, your family, your mom, your dad, whoever, about your problems. But sometimes you need that outside advice from
Mm-hmm.
somebody else that, you know what I mean? Like, that's going to tell you something different, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, it's very helpful. It's very helpful. So yeah, going with the relationship thing. Or I've also heard you should not talk to your single friends about relationships. But if you have friends in relationships who are married and things like that, get advice from them because they are actually going through it. You know what I
Well, they're
mean?
your goal. If
They're your
you're
goal.
like, say you're dating, and if you have friends who are also dating, you're kind of like on the same path. But if you have um, friends who are married, hopefully happily,
Yeah, yeah.
they're they're a goal for you, because then
hmm
they'll help you get. I'm thinking, I've heard they'll help you reach that point
Yep.
and say, this is what helped me. It may not work out for you, but it's always a good way of using that, that sounding board. You know
hmm
what I'm saying? So,
Yep.
um, so this
That's
week,
true.
uh, media chick got into a little bit of trouble. You probably know her.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
you probably know her. Uh,
hmm
we're gonna cut, and um, we'll be back to talk about in the final 15. We're gonna talk about Miss Wendy Bell. Those of you who
Oh,
do not
child.
know, might want to sip something.
Oh
Those
boy.
of you who are not familiar with Wendy Bell, she is a former news anchor here in the city of Pittsburgh, and she um, she delivered a very controversial monologue on a radio station here. We'll give you the backstory. Um, she
Yeah.
she would be a great fit on Fox, Fox News.
Fox, because they them people on
She'd be a
Fox
great
now.
fit on Fox News. I do not know her personally. I don't know if you do. Okay. So
No, never met
this
her.
this will not be a moment to bash her, but to kind of give some insight on the responsibilities of being in the media. So if you ever
hmm
want to be in the media, if you want to be in radio, if you want to be in television, I want you to listen up, because this
hmm
is something that's really going to help you hopefully get far and
Yeah.
not make the same mistakes Miss Bell did.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. It's the Hey Girl Hey podcast on Urban Media Today.